What's up, everybody? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be episode 29 of GG's the Mouthful.
GG.
I was waiting for it just to see what happens there. That awesome voice on my left is Mr. Gunner himself, Nelson Martinez.
It's what does he usually do around here? I think that's what his main thing. GG.
Yeah, pretty GG, and then I'm so excited I can't hide it.
Oh yeah, that's it's usually followed by some adjective of excitement.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and some screaming and shuffling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the reason you're not hearing the normal GG is unfortunately Mr. Santos, aka Dream Twister, could not be with us today, but he will be back next week. So it's just going to be a two-man show.
Yep.
Yeah, and to kick off the two-man show, what we're currently drinking here is some Boddington's Pub Ale. So we want some British ale this time. What do you think of that there, sir? He's speechless, guys.
That is that's pretty smooth. I'm not gonna lie.
I tell you, it's. I don't know if it's apparently there's like a plastic insert inside the can. I don't know if that has something to do with
that. Is smooth.
It is very good.
I'm waiting for that aftertaste of like beer or ale.
No, not from this one.
No, that's coming in smooth.
It comes in a 16-ounce can, so it's a pint off the back, which is very British. I mean, they serve in pints only, and I like it.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's got a really thick, frothy foam to it, but I like it. It's pretty good. Pardon me.
By the way, I just moved the mic about an inch up, and I'm already able to tell the difference on the sound quality.
Yeah, so, I can hear it.
Yeah. What was he doing this whole time?
I don't know. Well, I think he turns away sometimes. And
I think he's talking into the actual cable.
Oh, it could be, yeah. Well, depending how high you have it, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's a little taller than me, so maybe. Well, I don't know.
A smidge.
But yeah, this is really smooth. Color's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
For some reason, the head has stayed on there.
It's still there. Yeah. It's not going away. It's very Guinness in that sense, where the head stays on, which is good. You know, nobody wants a headless beer.
Yeah, that as you're drinking, you take a smell. Mm-hmm. Some of that head starts popping. You know, you get some of the aromatic, and then you go ahead and drink. I was waiting for a little bit of that bitterness. Not that bitterness, but that ale taste.
The beer?
Yeah, and never came, so I'm digging it.
Yeah, I like it. First time I had it was at World of Beer, which I've had one too many of these probably at World of Beer. But yeah, it's good stuff. I like it. I got it over here from Publix. Comes in a 4-pack. Which is a little strange, but...
Well, they're also pretty big, too, so that's probably why they only do a 4.
True.
What's the alcohol on this?
Probably not too much.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot.
Because it don't taste like that.
Oh, it's from... Oh, never mind.
It's from Britain?
I was going to say, they make this here in Okeechobee, Florida, because it says OKFL, but no, it's actually talking about the recycling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot. Probably like maybe... Yeah, it doesn't say.
No. That's how low it is. They're like, let's not freak them out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to jump right into what we are up to. Mr. Gunner, go ahead and kick it off.
Speaking about guns, I get to keep mine.
Oh. I didn't think we were going anywhere anyway. But
they're going to have to... I would have given them back to them one bullet at a time.
There you go.
Yeah. I've been watching the election.
As the whole world.
Yeah. I'm also glad that this kind of Cold War with Russia is over, because I didn't want to go to war. So the other thing I've been doing is I've been dabbling a little bit on Battlefield 1. What's happening is I'm getting to a point where I'm getting good.
Okay.
So I'm past that noob phase of the new game. Because the thing is, there's guys that are dedicated to this. So they're in there maybe 3-4 hours a day. Listen, I have a job. Right?
I hear
you. That's my priority. So some of these guys, they're in there 3-4 hours a day, maybe more. So they're ranking it pretty quick.
Oh, well, they're just, I guess through time and in general. What rank are you right now?
I am 8.
I'm 9 because I know I was just hit 9. I literally just hit 9.
You just did that, yeah.
And yeah, it takes a while. And yeah, I'm playing with people who are ranked 38,
Yeah,
40 something.
exactly.
I'm like, you have nothing else going on in your life.
Well, let me ask you, when you're playing, are you doing like conquest maps and stuff, or are you doing...
I did Conquest. I did Rush. I haven't done Operations yet. And the reason I haven't done that is because I know it's a longer, dedicated time. And I just, because of things the way they are, I don't have the time to dedicate to it. I do want to try it, though. I definitely want to try it. But no, that's basically Conquest.
Yeah, so Operations is good. I just haven't found my groove. I don't know if it's... partially it is the weapons because... I'm used to looking through these irons, but where I'm aiming isn't necessarily where it's hitting.
Yeah, you can almost see the bullet as it goes out. Yeah, it's like it's very realistic in that sense, I guess. But
which I can appreciate, but it's making it a little difficult. When I am in a groove, I can go ahead and I can drop bodies, get a good kill death ratio. But I'm trying to stick to it just because aesthetically it's beautiful. It looks great. It's you can tell that they did their research when they were making it because a lot of it is actually
realistic.
Concurrent with that time. So it wasn't just like someone looked at an encyclopedia and was like, okay, well, let's put this. Looks like
this is what it looks like. So
yeah.
let's just put this together.
Yeah, it looks like they actually went in depth. They spoke with people. They talked to historians. They talked to manufacturers of weapon. And they really did their homework. So in that sense, I appreciate it. But there's some guys there that are just like dropping me. Like I'll spawn and die. And it gets frustrating. So for the guys out there that are experiencing that, we feel your pain.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm thinking, listen, I dropped $60 on a game. I want to give it a good fair shot. It's my favorite franchise. So I've been doing a little bit of that. And then I started watching The Office, like I said last time. And I'm through season 3, and
wow, burning through it. Those are 22 episodes per season, right?
Well, no. Towards the end, I think it was probably like that. But it's they're 20-minute episodes, so I can watch like 2 as a meeting or right before I go to bed. So it's been good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I too been playing some Battlefield. My kill death ratio is horrible. It's literally like 0.3 or something.
Oh God, no, it's not that bad.
That's bad. I mean, I have a good win percentage, but that's because my team is good, or the team I'm on is good. I don't know.
So you would say that the defense is what's carrying you?
Perhaps, yes, because this offense is not
reminiscent to a certain football team.
Yes. So right now, I am the Denver Broncos. That's exactly what's going on here. There's no offense, but man, that defense.
That defense.
Once we hold the fort, it's ours. For real. But no, it's still fun. It's still a lot of fun. I actually played with Adam. I don't know if you remember Adam Curry. I played with Adam.
He's a DJ.
Yeah, the DJ. Yeah, we played the other night, and oh man, it was in the forest level where it has that train. I really, really love that one. I still haven't found a good weapon to complement the shotgun that I have, the Hellfire shotgun. It pisses me off, dude. So now I'm like, I'm upgrading the pistol as much as possible. So I'm like, I want to come out here with the shotgun. This shotgun, when we're in close quarters, dude, I am lighting people up. But anyway, so that's my issue at the moment.
I tried the shotgun while I was doing some. There's in operations. There's I think it's called the Oil War or something like that, or Oil something. So basically, Kingdom of Oil, I think.
Okay.
So basically, what it is, there's a part where you're retreating back to forward. So if you lose that area in Conquest, you have the ability to go and get it back.
Okay.
Here, if you lose it, they'll give you a chance to get it back. If you don't get it back, then you're done. You have to move on to the next one. And then it cuts off the zone so you don't have the ability to go and try to reclaim it.
Oh, okay.
So, where's it going? Okay, so there's a part where you're in close quarters. There's buildings all over the place. And I busted out that shotgun. Bro, I think I must have single-handedly held down that one of these forts. Because all I was doing was just running around. Boom, boom. And it was like 2 shots.
Yes.
One shot. Yeah, exactly. It was like, boom. All right, he's dead.
From a certain range,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. You just have to get right into that little big. Well, it's a big circle. The site. Get into that big circle or any part in that big circle, and that's it. You're going down.
Yeah. One thing that I do like about it is that I feel like it's easier to bring somebody down if you're aiming right at him, which would be true because back then they didn't have armor; they had leathers.
Mm-hmm.
So unlike today, where you're carrying plates and sappies and stuff like that, here it's just you aim at the guy. you give it a few bursts, and he's down. And I think that's one of the reasons why it frustrates me, because I'm used to being able to hold out a little bit more. So when I see this corner, I was like, okay, boom, I see that I'm getting hit. I'm going to run to this little corner, turn, brake, regain my health. But no, it's like, boom, by the time I'm like 2 steps away from it, I'm gone. So
the other issue is those drops, the fire drops, and then the heavy guy drop. For whatever reason, I'm always running into that guy. You know, like fucking hell, why him? You know what I mean? I will shoot him up for a little bit, but he has armor, so he's withstanding or taking damage or not taking damage, I should say. So that's a little frustrating. I've got it a few times, and it's cool when you get it because it's like
when you get it.
But it's just like, oh man, every time I go into this little freaking close quarters, here's this guy just armored up. I'm like, son of a bitch. So yeah, I've been playing that. I did start Doom.
I did
start, because I had it. I think I got it on a sale on PSN.
Okay, so you, for some reason, I thought that you didn't have it. I was going to ask if you rented like on Redbox because it was up there the other day, and I think I had a coupon, so I almost got it.
Well, it's definitely worth it. I mean, I'm only about an hour and a half in, and it's having Battlefield mentality. I'm trying to reload. There's no reload. You
really?
Literally have it's if the gun has 100 something bullets, you just. There's no reloading. I'm like, what kind of weird shit is this? So I'm hitting the button, which is the square, which I think is to reload. It switches over to the chainsaw.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is this? So that, and then the to change the weapons is the was it the right
like R1
bumper? Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm like, why is it? Whatever. So I'm trying to get used to it, but
who designed this game? Was this Bethesda?
This is it's published by Bethesda, but it's software. The ones who did the original Doom.
Really?
It is good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot, dude. It's graphic. It's all that, and it's fast. I mean that quickness that I guess may be missing from Battlefield. Although I can understand it's more realistic. This dude's running around everywhere, just blasting shit up. And I literally cross a room in like seconds. This guy's like jetting everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about Battlefield. The fact that it is slowed down, because otherwise it'd just be Call of Duty.
That is true. Well, this is Call of Duty on speed. That's what this is. Yeah. And then you have the takedowns, which are pretty cool when you get close to them and like they'll flash or something like that. You grab them and break their arm and slap them with it. It's something crazy.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, let me ask you, with Doom, because I saw a meme that it was Doom. The gun was right in the center of the screen. Is that true?
It's close to the center. It's a little bit off to the side a little bit, but it's more in the center than anything else. But it is here. I guess this audio podcast, but it's a little bit off to it's centered, but off to the right a little bit. It's almost as he's always pointing, essentially. And you can kind of put the aim button to kind of sight it up. But it's just blast and go, bro.
Well, yeah, I bet. I mean, they're giving you a 100-round count.
Well, I mean, I only have the shotgun at the moment, but I guess 20 shots. I never have to reload.
Yeah, 20. That's a heavy shotgun. Yeah,
it's great. And then you have these upgrades that you literally put mods that you actually put on it. So I have a 3-round burst on the shotgun, which is ridiculous, bro. And this is still early, and I just got the chainsaw, which is very satisfying. But yeah, so I started Doom. We just watched Santos and I just watched Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah,
over the weekend. Marvel movie, the newest in Marvel movies, and it was good. I mean, I can't say it's the greatest. I know a lot of people who love it. I'm not one of them. I think it was really good. I know what I'm just gonna say. I think it was good.
Okay,
we'll leave it at that.
Well, talk to me, because before the show started, you were saying that it's very magical.
It is magical. It is, as I was saying before the show started, basically take Harry Potter.
Okay.
This is funny because you're going to be left with nothing like Harry Potter, but take Harry Potter, take the kids out, put adults in,
okay.
Take the wands with them, and make the magic way more spectacular, and of course put it right in the middle of the Marvel world, and that's what you have.
Really?
The guy, Benedict Cumberbatch, is great. And he is a great actor anyway, as far as I'm concerned. But he was really good in the role. And a lot of people had a problem with the ancient one, which was played by Tilda Swinton. And in the comic book, it's actually an older Asian man. And a lot of people had, like, what the hell? Why we have a white woman? Yeah. But
what'd you say his name was?
The ancient one. Yeah, if you Google the Ancient One, this is the first one. It may bring up Tilda Swinton, but she's bald here, and you've seen her in the trailers, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Don't get me wrong, though. She does an awesome job, awesome job on the role. I really think she brought it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, honestly, personally, I had no attachment to the Ancient One anyway. But I can see what the issue is. You know, the whole whitewashing of Hollywood and putting in a white actor or actress in a role that should go to a minority of some sort.
Right.
She still did great. And then I forgot the other guy's name, but he was in 12 Years a Slave. He was in it too. It was good overall. It really is. The actors really bring it. The storyline is very almost Iron Man like. I mean, Iron Man was kind of a jerk and had money and all that stuff.
Well, that model sells.
Yeah. Well, it's the origin.
Yeah.
that's how it goes. So it's very similar to that. The effects are top notch. I mean, it's Inception good. You know,
really?
Yeah, it's really good. But it is magical.
I love Inception.
It is definitely magical, and if you're okay with it, realize that this does exist in the same Marvel world. It just feels a little different. You know what I mean?
That's kind of weird.
But it's still it's a good movie. Definitely, I would
recommend it.
Recommend it. Thank you. Sorry. I'm looking at the next movie. I was Finest Hours, which is on Netflix. I just saw.
Oh, is that another Star Trek movie? Oh no, but it's the guy.
It's the guy. Yeah, Chris Pine. He's in it as well. It was okay. It's based on a true story. This was a Coast Guard rescue mission that happened way before a lot of technology we have now. So they went on this little raft in a snowy blizzard in the middle of the water, like in Maine or Massachusetts up there anyway. And so Chris Pine plays the main character. It's a whole thing of how they actually went out there and they completed the mission even though people thought they weren't even going to make it. And it's a true story, so no spoilers there. But it's okay. The acting just felt weird. Chris Pine, I guess maybe I'm not used to him playing that really weird kind of. I don't know. He played almost an invert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not. I don't know, but it was decent. It was decent
because I remember seeing the cover to it, and it looked like an old boat, like an old wooden boat.
Mm-hmm. So it was plastic of sorts.
Okay,
yeah, it had some sort of but the ship that they were trying, it was like literally this massive oil tanker ship that split in half.
Oh wow!
And then the people in the ship, spoilers by the way, people in the ship were essentially trying to keep it afloat in one of the halves. And what they do is pretty interesting. But yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw the cover and what I thought it originally was, and because of the name, I thought it was George Washington's famous Crossing of the Delaware.
Oh, that's the Finest Hours. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That's what I thought it was. So I added it to my list of stuff to watch just because I thought it was that. So I was like, oh, maybe he's playing like a George Washington, general leading the army across the Delaware, blah, 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 Finest Hour. Now I'm a little shocked that it's not that. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You ever see the Perfect Storm?
Yeah.
It was something like that. Is actually what it is, but in way older. Okay. Way older.
Olden times.
Yeah, olden times. The cars are, it's like, I want to say it's like the 50s or something like that. I guess
not that
too
old.
Bad. Yeah, it's not too. So yeah, that's all I've been doing. All right, so we're just going to go right into some news. I don't really have that many items. Not much going on. Could be because of the elections being the biggest piece of news in the world. But starting with, or rather keeping it with the movie theme, a new Wonder Woman trailer dropped, trailer number 2, and it really kind of showed off more of what the movie is. This really shows it off to be much more of an origin story movie. And I thought it was great. I mean, I'm really psyched to see this now, especially since it's in World War One.
Yeah, so I have some history with Wonder Woman, and so I was completely against watching this movie.
By history, you mean you dated her?
No. But there was someone that really loved Wonder Woman, causing me to hate her. Now I saw this trailer, and I'm in. I'll watch it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
But my only thing is that I feel like Chris Pine is a bigger actor than who's actually playing Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
And huh?
Gal Gadot. That's her name, yeah.
So it's, and we're talking about this before the podcast. We feel like, I feel personally that they should have picked a different actor, somebody who wasn't a big name, someone who's maybe like a B celebrity.
Somebody, at least her stature a little lower, yeah, because he does kind of his. I mean, I want to say, is he even? Maybe he's Academy Award nominee or something like that at some point. Maybe,
yeah, probably. I would say,
yeah. So he does kind of overshadow her a little bit in her movie. You
exactly,
know,
in her
like
movie. And then there's, and not to get you off here, but there are in the trailer where he was like, "Oh, this is my secretary," so you could already tell that he's like kind of putting her down a bit. So.
Well, in a lot of the Wonder Woman lore, that's always a big thing. And then she, of course, proves that, hey, step off, mofo. I got this, But you can see some of the action scenes. It's like, okay, I'm down. I'm down for this.
One of the things that I like in the trailer, at least, is that you see it's this world that everything is really dark. But when she comes in, she kind of like lights it up. Right, so an example of this is when they're in the trenches and she steps up. You look at everything is barren. The trees are gone. It's dirt. It's mud. And then she comes in and she's still like her colors aren't as bright. They're like a darker hue. But even in those darker hues, she lights it up. So I'm liking it. I'll probably check it out. She's pretty hot.
Did you ever see the DC animated movie Wonder Woman?
Yeah. Oh, that was good. I think you let me.
Oh, yeah, I did lend it to you. That's right. Dude, that one is great. Yeah. And if it's anything like that, I'm down. And it almost looks and feels like that, because he crash lands. Spoilers here on, 70 years of history of Wonder Woman. But the guy crash lands on the island, the hidden island where the Amazons live, which is Wonder Woman and Hera, I think is her mom's name.
Yeah, the mom.
Yeah. So anyway, it looks to follow very similar to that animated movie. With probably some changes here. Obviously, the animated movie takes place in contemporary times, while this one's in World War One. And I like the fact that it's in World War One because, not that it's just seeing her and watching her go through that, do that hellish of a war. You know what I mean? And to be badass, and I'm down.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm down for it. Let's see what we have here. Also, Street Fighter V news. If anybody's still interested in
if
that.
If anyone
game.
is even playing it.
Yeah. Akuma is the coming character. Like, anybody didn't know that character was going to be coming to Street Fighter V. But yes, they announced that, and so that's going to happen. So let's see what else. The Mass Effect Andromeda trailer, cinematic trailer drop. Did you see that? That looks really good.
I like that he was saying, no, watch this on 4K, or stop what you're doing. Go find a 4K display and then continue watching it.
So basically what I have to do is pull over at a Best Buy, hand him my phone, say, can you plug this shit in there? I need to watch this.
It's like, what's your Wi-Fi password? Can I change it?
Exactly. I'm like, what the hell is this guy? Oh, man. But even not in 4K, it looked pretty freaking good.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm actually excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit like, because I like Shepard's story. Would you play the first? Did you play Guy Shepard or Fem Shep?
Guy Shepard.
All right, so I went Fem Shep, and the whole overall story was great. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people had problems with the ending and whatever. I thought the ending was fine. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a big deal. When they improved it, I'm like, okay, you expanded on the really not giving us an answer. So they didn't give us a real answer, and then they expanded on not giving us this answer. So it's like, okay. But I mean, it was good. It was a really good series, and because of that, I was like, I don't want to touch that world anymore. That world is just leave it there. You know what I mean? And then they mentioned this one, and I'm like, it's not even going to be connected to Shepard. I guess it happens like years after that, and I'm like, all right, we'll see. And then I saw this trailer, and I'm like, man, this is
you might dabble in it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. And there's no date yet. There was some mention of being March of 2017. I don't know if that's
not too far away.
No, it's not, but they haven't announced it either. EA has not said anything about it. And it was only like that because it was something that was leaked on a forum somewhere. And no one ever talked about it, but it was there. It's like, March of 2017, and they haven't said yes or no about it. All they had was this trailer, so maybe too close for them to do anything at this point, but we'll see. We'll see if that becomes anything. Also, I don't know if you saw this one because I did post this on the group, and of course now I lost it. Where the heck did it go? Stand by, gentlemen. Stand by.
Oh, are you talking about the?
The PlayStation, the celebrating a decade of downloads. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
So these games, I got to tell you, there's a lot of games in here. I might be interested in getting the Bloodborne. Oh, for the record, guys, PlayStation Store is celebrating a decade of downloads, essentially to mark the 10 years that the PlayStation 3 was launched. So
Right.
that's what they're celebrating there.
It made it accessible for people to download games versus buying.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of games here. Like right now, for instance, the Bloodborne Completed Edition bundle, which is at $50. As a PS Plus member, you can get that at $20.
Really?
That's yeah. That's a good
They're
one.
over half off.
That's yeah. And let me see what else they had there. Far Cry bundle. They had a lot of bundles. Fez, I already got Fez. Oh, Grand Theft Auto 5. Maybe I might jump on that.
Santos.
Sorry, bro. Sorry,
The day
bro.
he should be here to defend that game. He's
should.
not.
I know, yeah. He's like, he would be right here, right now, going, dude, you need to get it. It's, well, what's the price here? It is, it's still $36.
Yeah.
Even with PS Plus?
If it was like 25, maybe I'd pick it up.
Oh, Hotline Miami for $4. Do you own that yet?
Oh no!
You need to get that.
You told me about that hotline.
Yes, $4.
And then the music
dude.
is like really good. Oh yeah.
Dude, it's on Spotify. The music.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's on Spotify. Manhunt. That's an strange one. Let's see what else they have here. Primal. Well, these are, it looks like a lot of older games here. Rogue Galaxy. Oh, Rogue Galaxy. I gotta pay for that one. Oh, that's a shame. So there's a lot of titles there. Those are all for PS4, and actually, if you keep going now, there's a lot of PS3 games that have become available as well. So if you still have PS3, you've got quite the library to stack up on, because I'm scrolling past a lot of these, and they're at $1.99.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like, holy
that's
shit.
bad.
Max Payne 2, no, that was $3.49. Medieval, wow, that's a long one. $1.99. Let's see, the Neo Contra, Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Gold Bundle. Man, I even have that? Shit. So it's a lot out there. Get on that. PlayStation owners, get on that. There's a lot of deals, and I don't have the expiration date, but it just came out yesterday, so it can't be going away that quickly. Maybe on for the whole week. And finally, speaking of Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
apparently you're going to be able to race like Tron in the newest edition of the patches that they're going to bring into the Grand Theft Auto Online. Have you seen these pictures?
No.
Look at this. They look like Tron, dude. I'm like, that's amazing. Oh, I'm going to hit play here so you can see this. So basically, if you don't know, Grand Theft Auto 5 has the
look at
online.
that! It even has the like the Tron beginning.
Yeah, it looks just like Tron. So you're going to be able to go on to the online portion of the game if you haven't played it, and play with the light cycles from Tron. And I wonder if they probably have to pay some sort of licensing in order to be able to use this. But it looks a lot like the old school Tron. Actually, it looks better. I'm not going to lie, it looks a lot better. So if you're into that, I think is that a free to play thing? I'm not even sure if Grand Theft Auto Online is free to play. But even if it is, or rather, even if it isn't, still looks like it's going to be pretty good.
I think it would be free to play.
I hope so.
You know what? Let's ask Santos. He knows a lot about this game. Oh, okay. No, he's not here.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, we would have
Maybe next
more-
week.
He'll probably edit all this out.
He probably will. He is the editor guy. So,
Yeah, but that actually looks pretty cool. I'm not a big guy of racing and anything.
me too. Yeah, but I mean, there's a strategy behind that, because you're building a wall as you're driving along. That's got to be pretty awesome. Closing people in.
Yeah, because then if you do a sharp turn right in front, they drive into that wall. Boom, they're gone.
Yeah. Did you see Tron Legacy?
Is that the new movie?
The most recent movie.
No.
Not new, but yeah. Oh, it's
It was pretty good.
well
I didn't like the first one. Because of how it ended?
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember how it ended.
You want me to tell?
Yeah. Spoilers for Tron, the original.
So my memory serves me right. Him and that chick, they end up catching that one thing that happens every so often that actually lets them out of the game.
Oh.
So they catch that ship all the way out, and then they end up back in the real world, and then they're just standing back in that same office where he first entered Tron, or entered Tron World or whatever. And
The arcade.
yeah, the arcade. I'm sorry. So they're back there, and then she just hops on his bike and they drive away. Some like corny quote is said at the end.
That's Legacy then.
That was Legacy?
That's Legacy, yeah. That's the one where this guy's he's got his older self versus his young self.
Yeah,
right?
Briggs or something like that.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Bridges.
That's the
my
that's
bad. I
the
thought that was the
most
new.
recent
Never mind then. Yeah,
that is the newest one. It's the most recent one.
Yeah, but okay. So I thought that was the first one, and then there was another one after that.
The first one was way before that.
Okay,
it
then
was like in the 80s, I think, early 80s.
Oh, really?
It's an
okay. Then no, Legacy. I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't feeling it.
If you don't have the history,
yeah, that could be it too. Like I never played Tron. I never knew about Tron. My only introduction to Tron or anything about it was this movie.
Okay.
So
graphically, or rather, special effects wise,
yeah,
it was top notch.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
But yeah,
those motorcycles were awesome.
Yeah, if you don't have they were awesome. When they just grabbed the stick and zoom right into the bike, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, if you don't have a story, then what the hell's the point? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we're going to get into our hot topic of the week. Can you believe it? We're already here.
Already I feel like we need to keep talking.
I think so too. So what's going on, sir?
GG.
Oh man, dude, traffic coming here. I'm sorry I'm late. If you guys don't know, I record this right after work, and I literally race home, bro. I'm literally picture me in the car, screaming at the top of my lungs, and stuck at a light. It's just and of course, I've got the windows closed, so the windows are vibrating a little bit as I'm screaming. Picture that. That's exactly what's going on.
Really? And then you have to stop by Little Caesars, pick up a deep dish.
Oh, deep dish, man! Little Caesar deep dishes.
They're good.
They're really good for $8.
Yeah,
that's the shit. And of course, pick up the ale.
A sensible brew.
Sensible brew
for the podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Always a wise decision. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to go right into the hot topic of the week. We'll be right back. So, Scovilles.
Talk to me.
How many Scovilles are in a jalapeno pepper?
That's a good question. I don't think a lot because they're like I could eat them raw.
See, I can too, but it's still it's got a burn to it.
Yeah, it'll make your nose run a little.
Yeah, a little snotty, a little snot going.
Yeah.
Serrano peppers on the other hand, those things are good.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, that's my favorite pepper right there.
I think I like the chipotle pepper with dried.
You know what? I got to take back that statement. I do love the chipotle pepper. Have you ever had the chipotle pepper in the adobo sauce?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, see, what I like about it is if you dry it and flake it, it's very earthy and spicy, and I love that combination because it's like here's kind of that root. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not Mexican. I'm from Nicaragua. But I feel like it brings me to like my like Indian
roots,
Mayan roots kind of thing because it feels like earthy.
It does, yeah.
And then it also it has a spice, which is
the flavor of a chipotle. It's a distinct flavor, which a lot of people don't like. Believe it or not, I didn't know this. Like I thought it's like the best flavor in the world. And I made something here not too long, and I took the chipotles in the adobo sauce, blended it,
nice,
put mayo, mixed it together, and made a mayo sauce from this chipotle shit. Dude, it was freaking slamming. You know what I mean?
Put some bacon in there.
Oh yes. Oh man, I'm hungry again. So no, but so I made that, and I'm thinking, man, this is the shit. You know, I had like 3 or 4 people going, no, it's okay. So I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Chipotle peppers is the shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really, really good. And then I did it. Then I took another one and blended it and just made it like a sauce to put on top of stuff. I made the tinga. I made the tinga one. Yeah, yes. I have Erica's recipe, dude. She gave it to me like way back in the past.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna make some right now.
Saturday, I'm gonna come over.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're just gonna cook, watch football. Is there football on Saturday?
There is college.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm gonna come over.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to do my homework for work. Like, so I'm trying to watch highlights, and that way I can have something to talk about throughout the week because it's huge over there. Like these some of these managers throwing like $1,000 in their pot. Like that's what their buy-in price is for these fantasy games.
For the fantasy football? Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's high dollar right there.
Yes. So
I can't do that.
yeah, no, that's too much for my
$60 I tell everybody $60, and even I'm going, oh, $60, you know, fucking hell. But for my fantasy football guys, in case you're wondering,
that's game related. Yeah,
it's a game. It's a game. It's a lifestyle, is what that shit is.
So yeah, we could do that Sunday. Come over, you'll.
Let me tell you how this is was it a video or something I saw online? How to shred chicken perfectly.
Talk to me.
You get the chicken, right? You put it into the water, let it boil, whatever, get it steamed and soft and cooked. And then you take a blender, like the little handheld mixers, and you roll it right over it. And it blends that shit, shreds it right up. I'm like, this is genius.
Well, I have a food processor. Would that work?
It should. You know the food processor that goes into the bowl, right? Like that?
Oh, no. Oh, wait, you're talking about like...
The handheld little mixer.
For like fucking pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You put that... It has to be hot, like literally right off the thing. Because if you let it sit for a while, it starts to get hard. But right out of the water, dude, just put it in the thing, and it shreds up right. I'm like, this is...
That is a game changer. You don't understand.
It is. I know. I've done it by hand. That's just a pain in the ass.
And it fucking burns you because you're like, after a while, you're peeling. You're like, okay, good. I'm starting to get.
The easiest way to shred is when it's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
it's like potatoes the same way.
That's right. Yeah, mashing it. Yeah. So yeah. Chicken Tinga, guys, on the GG podcast. Oh man! All right, so we're gonna go right into our hot topic of the week.
Which the reason why we were talking about peppers is because they're hot. Mm-hmm. Which leads us into the hot topic of the week.
Yes, good segue.
We just made that. But yeah,
it works. Let's roll with it. We're gonna roll with that. Hot topic of the week, guys. I brought it up to the group. What we're gonna do first off, if you haven't seen all the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, what is wrong with you? Go watch these movies. We're not going to spoil anything here, but we are going to rank them. There are 14 total. First one going all the way back to Iron Man, I think it was 2008. Most recent one's Doctor Strange, came out literally a week ago. And I've seen them all. My cohort, he has not seen them all, but he's still seen a lot of them. So we're going to go through all 14, ranking them from worst to best. And do you want me to start, or should I throw it over to you?
I'll go.
Okay. Only we start with 14 here. Number 14 of the 14 lists.
I am going to say Doctor Strange. Because it sounds like Harry Potter and Marvel had a baby.
Yes. That's kind of like what it is.
You take middle-aged men going through a life crisis, and this is the movie. That's what it sounds like. I could be wrong.
Yes. I'm not going to lie. None of the trailers really...
It wasn't honest.
It didn't really sell me on it. I was like, I'm going to do it because it's Marvel, and I have faith in Marvel.
I got you.
But that's really was it. That was all I had. So, yeah, I understand. I understand the point of putting that. My number 14 is The Incredible Hulk. And when I say The Incredible Hulk is the one with Edward Norton.
Yeah.
I think the Hulk is the one before that with Eric Bana, which was god-awful horrible.
Yes.
But no, The Incredible Hulk. And the reason it's at the bottom is not that really it is bad. It's just okay. It's just meh. You know? Yeah. Okay. It's. Did you like it?
It's my top 5.
I'm gonna tell you oh wow, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the pro up the top, the best part of the thing, Edward Norton. I love Edward Norton. For sure. You know, he's basically a great actor. The reason
Fight Club, American History X.
American History X, good one. I like that one. What I didn't like about the movie. Abomination really sucked. I did not like Abomination. That's
really?
The creature, whatever at the end. I didn't like that. The leader, they kind of made it look like they were going to use the leader eventually, and he never comes. That's the dude, the scientist guy, when he gets his head hurt, and then the little droplets of Banner's blood. It becomes this huge brain dude.
Right.
I think they call him the leader. And nothing. We've not heard anything from someone. Like, it's pointing to this guy. I'm like, okay, maybe we'll see something. Yeah. And no. So where's the leader now? He's just in
It's
New
going to be
chilling.
the next Avengers movie.
He's just going to pop up out of nowhere. Hey, there's that guy. Yeah. And he gets stomped by the Hulk. But yeah, and the story was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I can respect that. My next one would be Age of Ultron.
Oh.
Only because I haven't seen it. Now, these... let me give a full disclaimer here. Going into these next series of movies, I work as a claim adjuster, right? So a lot of what I do is assessing what our exposure is as a company. Right?
Damages.
Yeah, damage. So I also think, who the fuck is paying for all this destruction that these guys are causing?
You know what it is? It's a bunch of charities that put money together. It's called the Avenger Fund.
So it's like, so the next series of movies, it's that. It's like, I feel like, okay, how many times can you level a building and, put all these people out in these buildings at risk? And it's just, so yeah, these next series of movies that I'm about to go off in order, of course, we'll go one and one. But Age of Ultron, I was over it. Everything's getting destroyed. The good guys always winning. Bad guys always lose.
So the trailer didn't tell you on it.
Yeah, no.
I got you. My number 13 is Thor 2, The Dark World. Yes, it's kind of down that low, that list, unfortunately. Yeah. Again, it's not as a bad movie. Actually, I don't think any Marvel movies is bad. It's just that these were okay. The best part of it, I mean, you have a good cast. The cast comes back. Pretty much everybody from the original Thor comes back, and I enjoyed that. Definitely, the Dark Elves in Thor 2 I found to be more interesting than the Frost Giants of the first one.
Oh, okay.
Because the Frost Giants I didn't really like them. That being said, the Dark Elves still weren't very interesting. You know what I mean? And frankly, it just felt like the inclusion of Jane Foster, the girl that this guy lived with. It just felt like it was forcefully put in, or forcefully put into a predicament for her to be included into this. And I think that actually is what led to the fact that Jane Foster will not be included in any further Thor movies or Avenger movies. So, but yeah, that's why it's my number 13.
Okay. I got Civil War's next.
Okay.
Just again, going with that same theme. Plus, Spider-Man came in it, something like that.
He did.
And that was weird.
It felt forced.
Yeah. So
the trailer definitely
I didn't
feels
watch
that
it.
way. Yeah, I know. But going by the trailer definitely did feel that way. I was like, really? We've already seen a Civil War movie, or rather trailer, and then the next trailer is like, oh, Spider-Man's in the suit. It's like, oh, man.
And I feel like they try to drop like, oh, Spider-Man's going to be in it, but then it felt more like, what the hell? Was that Spider-Man?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. My number, I think we're up to 12 here. My number 12 is Iron Man 2. So a lot of people have this probably as their worst one overall. I don't think it's the worst one. I think the story is. Do you see Iron Man 2? Right, you've seen all the right. Okay, the poisoning that he's getting from the from the palladium. Yeah. I think that whole storyline is pretty good. Don Cheadle is introduced here as Rhodey for the first time because it was the other guy, Terrence West or something like that.
Guy for the pimp.
That's right. So he's in it. He's introduced here, and I like that. What I didn't like, again, this is a common theme with Marvel movies. The villain, Whiplash. They don't call him Whiplash, but the guy with the I didn't like him. He looked scary at first, and then he became more comical than anything else by the end. And then Justin Hammer was even worse. Yeah. It's like, that dude how does he get to the top of a company? I don't understand. That dude is, I don't know. And then the whole creating this new elements in order for him to heal himself. And damn, does he heal himself quick, bro. You can even see the lines going away in his neck. I'm like, that happened a little too fast.
The part that I hated was like, congratulations, you just created a new element. And it's like,
really?
What's his name? Jarvis?
Jarvis, yes, Jarvis.
I'm like, really? Mm-hmm. Really?
It felt, it felt like, wow, that was, there's probably a little bit more thought into what we're doing in this story. So, what you got, sir?
Iron Man 3.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'll just say it now because that's my next one. Iron Man 2 was the one before that.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, so the way
you had Iron Man 2 in the same spot?
No. Oh. Iron Man 3 is my number 12. Mm-hmm. My number 11 is Iron Man 2.
Oh, you're just getting out of the way. So the two Iron Mans, they sit at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, basically it was just that. I felt like a lot of it was just forced. A lot of it was just kind of cheesy. they rushed it just so they can build to the story and get to the action scene where he's actually fighting the bad guy, instead of maybe cutting out some of the other crap and actually building on that process of how he's healing himself or how he's, creating the new suit, blah, blah, blah. And then get to, the fight scene. But
Yeah, I got you.
I just felt like it was a lot of building to that climax. The climax was short, and then in rolls the trailer, and what you're waiting for is probably the best part, which is, the end credits where they give you a little teaser.
Gotcha. So Iron Man 3 is under Iron Man 2 for you.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I can understand that. I can definitely understand. So I guess I'll spit out. What are we at here? Oh, my number 11 is the first Thor.
Really?
Yes, it's the first Thor. It was good. I mean, I did enjoy it for when it came out, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I can see the world that they're building here, but the world really felt kind of empty, especially Asgard. It felt like it was literally just those people. There was nobody else in this entire city. I'm like, where is everybody?
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. They have these huge palaces that are full of like
it was like 5 people.
Yeah, and the rest are just like guards that look like statues. Yeah,
exactly. Well, who you're guarding? There's no one here. It doesn't make sense. The best parts, of course, Loki, awesome villain. That's probably the best villain in all of Marvel at the moment. Heimdall, I liked him.
Yeah,
the guardian of the.
With the portal?
The portal, yeah.
He's badass.
Yeah, he is pretty badass.
In the second one,
yes,
where he actually has some fight time or whatever.
He does, yeah. And he's pretty badass. Then you get to see why he is the keeper,
he's
of that area.
yoked.
Yeah, exactly. Odin was pretty cool, especially in the beginning, because you can see Anthony Hopkins, bro. He brings a certain gravitas to that role. It's like, man, when he's telling this guy, you can tell he's hurt when he's telling him, you've disobeyed your king, you've disappointed your people, all this stuff, and then he casts them away. You can see he's hurt. I'm like, oh, that's an Odin right there.
Yeah.
And of course, the Destroyer, when it comes down to this tiny ass little town, New Mexico, it's pretty cool to see him in being put onto the screen after seeing him in the comic books. The only thing I didn't like about it was really this tiny little town in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it would have destroyed with nobody else, no superpowers, it just blew up one day, I don't think anybody would notice it. It was just like this tiny little town. And then Thor kind of, flip-flop from being spoiled to being, for the people. And I understand I should be, really quickly.
Extremely quick.
It was like overnight.
Like
he had a drunk night and he came back with a conscience or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he walks in one day, he's throwing around his coffee mug after, drinking it, and then he gets wasted, and then he wakes up. He's like, you know what? I've partied one too many times. I need to clean my shit up.
That's where he goes. It was a mission statement.
Yeah.
Yes. Spoiler for anybody who doesn't know what that's from. But do I do the next one? You did 2, or what do you got? I'm up to number 10.
Yeah, I did up to 10.
All right. So my number 10 is Doctor Strange, which just came out. We went over already. I mean, it's cool. The Ancient One, like I said, Tilda Swinton did a great role. I really, really think she did great. I understand people's concerns with her and the whole not having an Asian character. I get that. But that being said, she did great in the role. Benedict Cumberbatch, awesome. The special effects, dude, seriously. Inception like, seriously. Other than that, it's similar to other Marvel movies. Strange kind of changes pretty quickly. And the magical element to it kind of feels weird. Thinking of a Marvel movie and all this magic and casting and all this other stuff. It's still done well, but at the same time, it's jarring, I guess, to me a little bit. And so, in comparison to the rest, I have to put it there. So number 10. But it's still good. You should definitely see it. Don't take away that you shouldn't see it. You should definitely see it.
All right. So I got actually, hold on, let me count.
You didn't number them? I didn't number them either. I don't know why I'm laughing here.
Oh, yeah. I'm at 9. Okay. So 9, I have Thor 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's,
as in Thor also? No.
No, Thor number 2. I feel like this last one, the only reason why I didn't like it is because for the time the special effects just weren't as good.
I agree. I agree.
and I feel like it was just rushed. I don't know what other movie was coming right around that time, but I feel like they were rushing it for something else, or something else had just come, so they had to pump. It just all felt really rushed. I ended up not caring too much about a lot of the story. Loki, awesome as always.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's just...
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
I hear you. That's why it's down the list for me. For me, my number 9 is Iron Man 3.
Okay.
So I can tell that we're kind of we're linking up here a little bit. I mean, we're off a few spaces, but for the most part, these all the same movies sit at the bottom for us. So Iron Man 3, I mean, it was good. Good to see, again, Iron Patriot, see him, off the comic book in face, like, oh man, that's his Iron Patriot.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. The whole thing that a lot of people were, spoilers here for Iron Man 3, guys, but the whole Mandarin issue that people had, I didn't have an issue with it. I didn't have a connection to the Mandarin that much that it pissed me off that, oh, that's not the Mandarin. I don't give a shit. The whole thing, the fact that it was sort of a bait and switch, I was good with it. I was like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? And the story is a little bit more smaller compared to the other Iron Man stories. I thought all those things were good. What I didn't like, again, always the problem, the real Mandarin, which in this case would have been Aldrich Killian. It was, it was okay. It wasn't that far. And the other thing was the Iron Man suits. He has a million Iron Man suits in this one, and they fall apart like nothing, or they're easily broken or something. I'm like, what the fuck? They're supposed to be titanium alloy or something. What is the deal?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like some gold titanium.
Yeah, they were falling apart. I mean, I guess these guys had that extremist whatever that they were able to burn through stuff, but I'm like, it's still steel or still something, some sort of metal.
Yeah,
shouldn't be able to just cut through like nothing. But it just felt like those suits were not powerful,
right?
As I guess they would be. And he was going through suits left and right, especially in the last battle.
Yeah, that he was just like in the middle of the air switching suits and shit.
Yeah, and it was because the other one's falling apart. This is
just get one good suit.
Yeah, and so I didn't care for that part too much. So that's why it sits at my number 9. Yep. So your number 8, sir.
My number 8 would have to be the Avengers.
Ooh, wow.
Reason for that is just because, again, it just goes back to, you're talking about, it was Manhattan, right?
It was Manhattan.
Yeah. So Manhattan, I've been to Manhattan. That's a fucking huge place.
And they leveled half of it.
It's like there's people taking refuge in these buildings. Who's paid? Who's being accountable for that? And I get that's why maybe Civil War and all that stuff is coming down later.
I was just going to say, yeah. You have to see Civil War because it kind of makes a little sense. Okay.
But it's just like, man, there's dudes on these monsters. Yeah, the whatever the worm things are.
Oh, yeah, those big
things, yeah. Those guys. And then fucking Hulk just grabs one like he's at a rodeo, tackles it into a building, and the thing's toast, right? So he leveled this building. Probably a whole mile block because that's how long the thing was. Uh-huh. And it's like, yo, why? I get it. It's a movie. People listening to this podcast are probably like
screaming.
They're like, what the hell? That's the dumbest thing ever. Like, it's a movie. It's just, I get it. I know that it's a movie. But you have to understand, like, my training is like, I have to identify exposures. I have to identify like these things. So I'm looking at it, and if it was my house, I'd be like, who the fuck is paying for this? Because in the insurance world, if it's declared a war or an act of war, you don't get coverage.
You don't get coverage, yeah. So no one's covering that.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. There's some sort of charity. It's the Avengers charity.
God,
a commercial will pop up. Have the Avengers visited your city? Are you a victim of a destroyed home?
Yes.
Because of this green monster.
God, Hulk.
Call our toll-free number now.
Yeah.
And you can get help from the Avengers Fund.
We should make that commercial.
That's what it is. I guarantee you that's what it is. They're not showing it because it'll just insult the wrong people, but that's what it is.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, so, and like I said, I know it's a movie and it bothers me that I think about this, but it's like, listen, I do this every day. Like, I'm a claims adjuster, so, yeah, after a while, I was just
looking
like,
at the dollar signs.
Yeah, after a while, I was just kind of turned off by the whole destruction. With some of these earlier movies that I'm going to be putting at the list, you'll probably be thinking like, "What? That doesn't make it." But you have to understand that these were probably the first or second ones of it. So I was, and you also have to think about the year. So I was still okay with it. Mm-hmm. But now it's just like, nah, my taxes are going up.
Oh man, my number 8. We're up to 8. Yeah, my number 8 is the first Captain America. Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh,
I dug this movie. Well, truth be told, I really didn't like this movie the first time. It was after watching other Marvel movies that I went back to it and I started appreciating it. The best part of it, of course, Captain America. I'm Team Cap. Team Cap all the way.
oh yeah, for sure.
The fact that it's in the 40s. I love period pieces like that. The small man becoming the hero. That's a great story. You know what I mean? What I didn't like about it, the special effects felt like this was really early Marvel where they didn't have the budget for this stuff. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, you can see it. You know what I mean? The best special effects have you going, is this real? What am I watching here? You know, those are the best special effects. Now, I'm not going to expect that all the time from them, but when it's so obvious, it was damn near Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones Crystal Skull, almost that bad.
Really?
Okay, I was just
And
like,
that's bad.
That is bad, yeah.
I think you could probably even see strings on that movie.
You probably could. You probably could. And of course, the Red Skull he was definitely more comical than anything else. I didn't find him scary. I didn't find him menacing in any way. But, still, that's why it sits there.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. All right, sir, you're number 7.
The next one I got on the list here is going to be actually Thor. And I know I dissed it earlier.
Well, the destruction here is only this little town made of wood, so it's a couple 100,000. And nobody's there. Let's be real. Nobody of importance was there.
But there's a few things that I do like about it. First of all, what's her name?
Jane Foster?
Yeah, what's her real name? Nicole Kidman? No, I'm sorry.
Gosh,
no, it's no.
I don't know. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, so
Padme. That's not it. But Amidala. No, that's not it. What the hell's her name, guys? People are yelling at.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
There's some guy that's like,
whatever her name is. Yeah,
yeah. She's I know. So she's a good actress.
Yes,
she's also very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we don't know her name, but we know she's a good actress. So like Black Swan, the movie with Ashton Kutcher, Just Friends, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These are all good movies. She's a really talented actor, and I like that. No homo, but this dude was jacked, and I was like, damn.
Natalie Portman.
There you go, Natalie Portman.
Okay.
And I was like,
yeah,
damn,
he was jacked.
I was like, this dude's freaking jacked, and he's moving like a fucking cat.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous too.
Yeah, so I was like, that caught me, and the fact that, when they went to the ice room and he was just dropping these giants like it was nothing. The relationship that he had between his hammer that was really comical. The fact that it was this like middle of nowhere town, but it's kind of like government conspiracy where strange things happening, but people don't know why. So all of that kind of drew my attention right at the beginning. And I mean, it was overall enjoyable. I mean, for the bad special effects that I had, I mean, you can tell that these houses were built in like 2 days. Yes. They were hollowed out, and they were just there for the purpose.
1800s is what it looks like they were built in. Yeah.
So that's mine.
I agree. My next one here, I guess I'm not even sure I lost count here, but Ant-Man.
7?
I had the 7, yes. Ant-Man is my number 7. I really dug this movie, man. I kind of went into it not really knowing what to expect.
Right.
Turned out to be a really good heist film, which I really wasn't expecting. Special effects were pretty good considering for what it was. And dude, it was damn near hilarious, man. I spent so much time laughing. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. And I think we watched it twice. Literally, I think back to back.
Oh, really?
Like, we had rented it and then just put it right back in. It was just like, oh, this is really good. I mean, the only thing I can say about it that was negative is, it's, no pun intended, a small-time story, small story. The battle at the end is hilarious and funny, but it's really these tiny little things fighting each other. It's like, not much is going on here. I mean, to me, if I was in the room,
right,
2 ants are fighting each other over there. But yeah, so that's my number 7.
I actually have the Incredible Hulk.
At 7?
At 7.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, this would be 1, 2, 3,
6?
4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's my number 6. Thor was my number 7. So as my number 6, I have the Incredible Hulk. Reason I have that is because right around that time I was I don't even know how to say it. So I was more health conscious.
Okay.
And right in the beginning, he's kind of like meditating. He's watching
Breathing stuff.
He has his like heart rate monitor. And I remember I used to work out with it's like a chest band, and it would feed into a watch that I would have that would give me my heart rate while I was working out. So it kind of played on what I was doing at that time. So I was like, yes, if I don't watch myself, I'm going to be dropping dudes left and right if they look at me the wrong way.
You don't want to see me angry.
Yeah, basically.
I feel you.
And I was trained right around that time in like MMA, and the school that I would go to, it's called Premier Martial Arts. Our uniforms were black and green.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, so it was a lot of that where
It fit with your life.
Yeah,
in the moment.
at that time, it just fit into a lot of what I was doing.
I gotcha. Well, my number 6 is The Avengers: Age of Ultron. I thought this was good. It didn't live up to the expectations of the first one, clearly, because I have yet to mention that one. It had really good special effects, though. Great chemistry with the entire cast. To see them together, it looks and feels like these guys are friends. You know what I mean? And they're making fun of each other or picking on each other. It just feels like these guys know each other. And it makes sense because they do. They've been working with each other for years at that point, So that really was cool. The Hulkbuster was freaking awesome. The Hulkbuster was the big Iron Man suit that Iron Man created to fight the Hulk. That was the purpose of that suit.
Wait, so he fights the Hulk in this movie?
Oh, yes. And it is a badass fight, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, it's really good. It's this thing called Veronica, which is in space.
Okay.
Which he literally calls down parts because he knows he's going to be going through parts in this fight. So a part breaks or something like that, he'll call, I need an arm, and then the shit comes in. A new arm comes out of nowhere. I mean, it come out of nowhere, but attaches to where the spot was. It's really cool. A really well thought out fight when you really think of the Hulk, this massive anger ball that can destroy a building and just by pushing it, fighting this Iron Man. It's really cool. Yeah. Vision was really cool there too as well. I won't say what Vision is because I don't know if you know who that is. So spoilers for anybody who doesn't know Vision. Vision isn't this. Ultron as a villain, I really didn't care for him too much. He felt comical in a sense that I'm like, you should be a robot. You should be an AI, and as an AI, you should sound differently. And I guess he was pulling on current times or something like that to kind of make him sound more relatable or anything like that. But I just didn't buy it. And the Scarlet Witch is cool and all, but I have still questions as to what does she actually do here. And I know how she got her powers in the comic books. Here, and I know how she got them here. For the record, I understand how she got them, but just what she does, I don't really know. And she'll do things, and I go, oh, I didn't even know she can do that. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's what I mean. It's not a lot of things I didn't like. I did enjoy them. So that's my number 6.
Who played her character?
She's beautiful. What's her name? She is a Olsen, Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see her.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen. She's yes, gorgeous actress. But yes, that's my number 6.
All right, throwing it back to me. Mm-hmm. I got Ant-Man.
Oh, number 5. Top 5 for Ant-Man. I like it.
Yes, top 5 for Ant-Man. The reason why was because it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. It really was.
I want to say it, but I feel like I'd be spoiling it, but I'm going to say it anyways. So if you want to listen, you've been warned. That part where at the end, they're at the whatever the place is, right? Celebrating, going to go see that guy, and he has the keychain of the tank.
The keychain of the tank?
Yeah.
Okay. When they're trying to, yes, I got what you say. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna go infiltrate whatever the thing. So he brings that keychain of the tank. I was like, oh, he's like, oh, don't worry, I got it covered. It's some like corny line there, and he puts a little keychain. I was like, oh,
that guy is hilarious, right?
Oh yeah,
I don't know his name. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, but when he tells a story, bro, I'm like in.
Yeah, it was. And the other thing that I liked about it was the chemistry that Ant-Man and the girl had.
Okay, gotcha.
And then, just like with all things, I mean, I would consider myself kind of like not a tough guy, but a manly man. Mm-hmm. But the fact that this dude is basically like, you came back from what you shouldn't have come back from. You've gone, subatomic. We're talking about like quantum, like string theories and stuff like that, where these are the building blocks of matter, of the universe, right? Mm-hmm. So you've come back from there because of the love you have for your daughter. Now this guy's like, you've done it, I can do it. So I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
You go get your girl. Throwback to Good Will Hunting. I had to go see About a Girl.
I had to go see About a Girl. Nice. That's a good throwback right there.
Yeah.
So that's your number 5. My number 5 is Captain America Civil War. Best part of that movie, hands down, once again, Team Cap in here. The fight, of course, between Iron Man and Captain America. I'm not talking about the first one. I'm talking about the real one. Was great. Black Panther was amazing, bro. I just seen the little bit of Black Panther here. I am dying to see the Black Panther film. The guy they got for him, he had this regalness to him that it's just so awesome, though. I can't wait for that. And the villain, while wasn't this big spectacular villain, he did something that a lot of people have not been spoilers on Civil War. He kind of won. Like he's the one person who did things to who tried to do whatever his mission was. He completed it. You know what I mean? And there's props you have to give there for that. You know what I mean? How he did it, okay, I understand. It's a little bit far fetched. I get that. One thing goes wrong and it will never work out, but it didn't. Everything went exactly the way he wanted to go plan, and he did what he intended to do. And I'm like, props to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's a villain. I get that, but I understand it. The thing I didn't like was the pacing. It does something over here and it drops over here to this other part and then goes over here. And right smack in the middle is when they introduce spoilers. They introduce Spider-Man right smack in the middle. It's like things are happening. The world is going to shit. We need to find these guys because of this and this and that. And then he takes off to fucking Queens to go find Spider-Man. I'm like, why is this here? It should have been somewhere else or I don't know. So the pacing was a little bad, and the airport battle, while I understand is awesome because it's all the battle of all the characters together. It's cool and all, but it just felt weird at the same time. I was like, you can tell you really don't want to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? So it felt a little weird. But overall, yes, my number 5.
All right, let me count down here. All right, so I'm at 4. Okay. I would have to say the Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just, again, guy and his best friend.
That's right.
And it's that battle of, like, trying to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, you're not like this. You're actually a good dude. That and the fact that I'm Team Captain all the way. I feel like he's the symbol of America.
He freaking is.
And so it was a good movie. Special effects weren't the best. There were some times, like, I think he jumped off a bridge chasing him. And it just looked like, there's like 2 cars in this highway. Okay.
Yeah. Where's everybody else?
Where's everyone else?
Yeah. I hear you.
But overall, I liked it just because of the story of him trying to bring back the good in somebody that has not necessarily turned evil, but has forgotten what it is to be good.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my number 4, I won't spend too much time on this when we spoke about it already, is the first Iron Man. Essentially, it's what started it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what started it all. Robert Downey, awesome. I mean, you could not have picked a better person for this. It's a fun movie, even though it's serious at the same time. The Mark I suit, exactly what you expected it to be.
Yeah.
Loved it. Dude, the only thing I didn't like about it, which is always, again, I keep pointing back, the villain, Obadiah. He was cool as Obadiah, but the moment he went into the suit, it's just like, oh no, stop monologuing. Nobody monologues. That's movie. That's cartoons. Just fucking act. You know? Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. So yeah. So that's why my number 4 is Iron Man.
My number 3 is going to be the first Captain America. And although the special effects were bad,
you can live past that.
I can live past it just because towards the end when he wakes up, they're trying to recreate all of this, and then they have the radio, and then it's like he's been asleep all this long, but yet, his conscience is still all there because he's like, I remember this game, and it's like, no, this and this happened. He's like, no, I was there for that game or whatever. And then he jumps out, like you see, and it plays kind of like on. I have a thing for government conspiracies. I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but I do think the government does hide a lot of stuff and does have like all these secret projects. So he busts out of that room and he's in a bigger room, government owned. He's running through Manhattan, through like Times Square. Boom! All these black SUVs come out with like yoked dudes, and he's there in the middle of it, like, what's going on? And here comes this dude. What's his face? I was going to call him Blackface.
No, so my God, no.
But that's just because I watched The Office recently.
Oh, okay. No, oh, gosh.
With the eye patch.
Yeah, I know. Nick Fury.
Yeah, Nick Fury. Yeah. And then here he comes. He's like, let me talk to you, son.
Yes. Let me tell you
Which, by the way, I hate Nick Fury.
Do you?
I hate him. I can't stand him.
Okay. It's understandable.
It's just Samuel L. Jackson is not a good character for that, in my opinion.
I understand.
All right.
Well, my number 3 is the first Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. Easily, we spoke about it. Loki, awesome, brings it. Yeah. The team. This is the team coming together. This is that first movie that brings that. This is the thing that no one has ever done. Got done. The final battle that probably trillions upon trillions of dollars of damage.
Oh yeah, that's quintillions of dollars.
Yes. Yeah. Captain here. This is what made me go back to the first Avenger to look at it again, because Captain was legendary. His one line, dude, when she goes, you may want to sit this out, Captain. These guys are basically gods. And he's like, his line was like, oh my God, no, there's only one. He goes, oh, there's only one God, and they don't dress like them. And he just leaps out, no fear, just leaps out the back of the. I'm like, God, dude, there's a certain level of just gusto. It's just like, man. That's what made me go back to the first Avenger again, Captain America, just to look at it. I was like, man, okay, now I got a better appreciation for it.
Yeah, and he was totally a guy that was for the greater good,
yes,
or for being selfless in every way. Like when they throw the dummy grenade, everyone runs, he wrapped himself around it.
Yes, and told everybody to run.
Yeah,
get up. Yeah, definitely. The only thing I like about it was the Chitauri, which is the aliens. They were simplistic. I mean, the story overall was kind of simplistic, but it's okay. It's okay because the point was to save the world from these people, and they did well. It was a good story. So that's my number 3.
So I'm at number 2, right? Mm-hmm. I would say Iron Man 1.
First one.
The first one.
The Big Daddy.
Yeah. And the reason is he's sarcastic. He's an ass. He's on top of the world, and very quickly he's humbled to nothing. He's shitting in a corner. His only friend, his only point of contact is either his guards or the guy that he's sharing the lab with.
Mm-hmm.
And here he's able to
attach to a battery.
Yeah, exactly. And here he's able to go ahead and create this new technology with raw elements, bust out of there, and put himself on top again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, for it being the first, the one that got everything started, it's like, that was unheard of.
When that first movie was announced, I was like, of all the characters to start your Marvel universe, why are you picking Iron Man? Nobody knew Iron Man like that. I mean, I knew Iron Man, but nobody cared about Iron Man like that. Now, Iron Man is the shit.
It's a staple.
But but before, no. So it was such a weird character to start on. And then when they did, Jon Favreau, man, he knocked it out of the park with that first one. Seriously.
Yeah.
I agree. My number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy. Dude, hands down, best part of the movie, the freaking music, dude.
Oh, yeah, for
the
sure.
The freaking music. Oh, my God, do I love that music. I'm a big fan of the 80s. I love 80s music.
Me too.
Star-Lord, he's a fucking idiot, but he is so good. I love the guy Chris Pratt. His portrayal of it. Rocket, Groot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Groot.
Oh, man, that was...
Yes, baby Groot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've watched that. There's a little snippet video that I have saved on my YouTube whatever playlist. It's got to have been played. At least 30 of those views were me. I've seen it a million times. It's a space movie, you know what I mean? So it takes place in space. It's very Star Wars, Star Trek, depending on how you look at it. It was great. I didn't see it coming. I was a little bit concerned. So I was like, this is very cosmic. I don't know how it's going to fall. Is it going to be cosmic, or is it going to be like Star Wars? They did it, though. They did it, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Ronan, that's the only thing I didn't like about it. Ronan the Accuser, the main bad guy.
Yeah.
With paint on his face. That got placed there. I'm like, okay, sure. I guess you just paint your face blue. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
No, that's a huge Marvel problem. There's a huge Marvel problem. Is your villain, and that's what DC gets right. Unfortunately, I got to tell you, that's what DC gets right is the villain. But yeah, so Ronan wasn't that impressive. But overall, take Ronan out of that, and it's awesome. That's why it's my number 2.
Yeah, and that's actually my number 1. And the reason for it is the music. The cast. You couldn't have picked a more distinct cast.
Yes.
None of these people have, genres of movies where it's similar. So you have Bautista, which is a WWE wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
You have Zoe
Saldana.
Right, who played Avatar, which, she was kind of like an action. You have Chris Pratt, which I know him from Parks and Recreation, which is a hilarious show. And then you have, animated characters. So it's like you have this environment.
Do you know who? I can't think of his name. I got it. Do you know who voiced Rocket?
No.
Bradley Cooper.
Okay, I can see that. Oh, which is awesome.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I heard the voice a few times, and I'm going. It didn't dawn on me later that it said Bradley Cooper. I'm going, whoa, Bradley Cooper. That's not him. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's a pretty diverse cast.
It is.
So, I love it. The music was great. I was born in 89, but I love the 80s, everything about it. So
the 80s, everything to love, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Definitely. Fun fact about Chris Pratt, when he got accepted to that movie, he was still kind of heavy from Parks and Rec.
Right.
So, and his wife is, I can't think of her name, from Scary Movie. The main chick from Scary Movie. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
that's funny.
So he was like, honey, you can't be making me this food anymore. I got to tone up, because he had to get all worked up for the for the other one.
Yeah, he got pretty jacked.
He got pretty buffed up there. My number 1, the only one missing from the list that I have yet to mention, Captain America Winter Soldier, bro.
Yes.
That is hands down. And that happened a few years back, and Marvel movies have come out since, still the best. I find it difficult to find something wrong with it. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? It's an espionage film. It's just freaking amazing. To think about it, that movie, if you really took out the fact that this was in Marvel, could exist in its own. I mean, it was just so good. Captain America, Team Cap, Falcon, the relationship between them two, dude, it builds so well.
I forgot about
two ex-veterans, you know what I mean?
And it's 2 ex-veterans in completely different eras. One of them, comes back from a modern war, modern issues. The other one comes back from World War II. Yeah, World War II.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and they connected so quickly with that. And the first line when he goes, "It's your pillow, right? It's your bed, right?" Or I can't think it was one of those two. It's too soft, because they're not used to being able to sleep in this soft little comfort or whatever, So good, the relationship there. A villain. We have a villain, Alexander Pierce. That dude is a villain. He is the villain of this film. He is one of the hierarchy in Hydra.
Right.
Okay. So good. The entire intro sequence of that movie when they're going onto that ship in the middle of the ocean. Oh my God! I can watch that a bajillion times, bro. Winter Soldier himself, dude. he was kind of scary.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and I was like, holy shit, because he wasn't talking. I say this all the time. The less you say, the more fearful you are, or rather, the more scary you are. You know, and it's just like, man, he didn't have to say. You know, when you start talking, this is the problem with a lot of villains. They start monologuing, and suddenly I don't even care what you say anymore. You know, you're talking too much. He acted. He did, and then it's even worse. He's acting upon commands that are being programmed. I mean, it's a scary thing. There's very this guy jokes about it. Manchurian Candidate. You know what I'm saying? It's very much like that. Armin Zola comes back. Armin Zola is the in the first Captain America, the little German, or I think it was German, the German scientist.
The scientist,
and he comes back as his mind is put into those old ass computers. You know what I mean? That was great, and that's an actual character too in the actual comic book when he comes into the computer and all that. So good, bro. So good. So freaking good. I have nothing else to say. The only thing I can probably pick on is the fact that spoilers here for Winter Soldier, but Nick Fury, you know, it looks like he dies and then he doesn't die. You know, it's like, oh, he survives. Oh, okay, sure. The only makeup for that, this is why I'm not even mad at that, is when you get to the end and on Nick Fury's tombstone is
I remember you telling me about
Ezekiel 25:17, the path of the righteous man. That is awesome. That's from freaking Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Oh my god, dude! When I saw that, hey, did you see? I was screaming. I don't know if anybody saw it. I was like, I can't even believe this. Samuel Jackson has pool, bro. He has pool. They didn't have to put that in. They just put it in because, hey, Sammy wants it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah, I know that's what. And the going off Marvel here, the purple lightsaber in the Star Wars.
Yeah,
he requested the purple.
Oh
lightsaber.
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Because usually it's just like 3 colors that the Jedis can get.
Yeah,
right?
like yellow, green, and blue. Yeah. Usually. So anyway, best one to date. And it has yet to
purple lightsaber. Real quick, and I want to share this because it was cringeworthy. One of my friends dressed her kid up as Kylo Ren.
Oh.
And the only reason why she did that was because, you know, the movies, right? That's their only introduction that they have into Star Wars. And then as a quote, she put something like, may the force be with you and may you live long and prosper.
Oh my God. Oh, that's horrible.
1, Kylo Ren.
Oh.
2,
oh my God.
Star Trek.
Tar and feather.
So I read this and I'm looking at it. I'm scrolling through Facebook as I'm going to sleep, right? Because it's I think I saw it the day after Halloween.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it. I'm like, so I stand up. I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's crazy.
I couldn't go back to sleep for like another hour because I was so upset.
Wow. I don't blame you. Shit. That's blasphemy right there. You don't know. You got to know your Star Trek from your Star Wars.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Oh, God. It was bad.
Well, guys, that there brings us to the end of our episode 29 of GG's The Mouthful. As always, like and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, our channel, which is Good Game Bracketed GG. Also on Google Play and on iTunes. Look us up and like and subscribe there as well. Leave us a comment, leave us a review. Also, if you want to email us any questions, go to goodgamegamergroup@gmail.com and leave us an email there. We'll read your questions online on the show. So my name is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, signing off. Mr. Bearded Gunner. What do you have?
This is the Bearded Gunner, signing off.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. We'll have a full cast by then. See you then.
GG.
GG.
Oh,